So guys, how are you all doing? So the Premier League is right around the corner. It's a couple days to go, and I thought I would give my opinion, what I think the Premier League table will look like at the end of May. When the season finishes, I'm going to predict what the table is going to look like. But guys, before we do jump straight into this video, if you do like this video, make sure you hit that like button. If you can smash around 40 likes on this video, that'll be amazing. Also guys, if you are new around here, hit the subscribe button below so you don't miss a video. So yeah, today I'm just going to give my opinion. I'm going to predict the Premier League table for the 2016-2017 season. And before we go any further, I do support Arsenal, as you can see here. And maybe some people might say the table is biased towards Arsenal, but let's just start to it. So we are gonna start off with the bottom three, and I have the 20th position. I have Hull City. Now the reason why I went for Hull is because at the moment, one, they don't have a manager, and two, they've lost quite a few players and they haven't strengthened at all. I don't think they've brought any players in, and if they have, they've not been very good players. So that's why I put Hull City at the 20th. I think they're going to struggle a lot. And then we have Watford. They lost their manager as well at the end of the season. They did bring in someone, which is good. But to be honest, I haven't seen them strengthen. And they did decent, half decent last season. But I don't think they've brought in anyone good. So that's why I think they'll become 19th. And then we have 18th, Sunderland. I just don't know what is going on. They lost Sam Allardyce to England, and they've just not brought anyone in good for a big team, because Sunderland is pretty good. They haven't brought anyone in that is Premier League quality. They brought in a couple of players from Manchester United, but other than that, they haven't brought anyone in, and the team last year wasn't that good as well. Sam Allardyce did do a good job, but the team is nowhere near where they should be. That's why I think Sunderland will be 18th. Now we're going to take a look at the 17th position to the 11th position, and we're going to start off with Middlesbrough at that 17th position, newly promoted to the Premier League, and they have a decent team. I'm not gonna lie, they did very well in the Championship last year, and they do have a decent team, and they have brought quite a few players in. They've got Victor Valdez in goal, they've got Negredo up front, a couple of other players as well. I think they'll do pretty well, but the Premier League has just got really tough, and I can't see them doing a lot. Maybe 17th, 16th. I think that's where they'll be, but I'll put them at 17th. That's where I think I'll be. And then we have 16th position. We have Swansea City. That's pretty low, to be honest, if I'm being honest. But I think that's where they will be. They've lost their main man, their captain, Ashley Williams. He's gone to Everton. And Swansea have brought in a couple good players, paying quite a few millions for these players that they brought in. But I don't think they'll perform well. I don't think they have a good enough team to compete in the Premier League. I don't think they'll be relegated. But I think 16th, maybe 15th will be very good. And then we're going to go over to the 15th position. We have West Brom. Typical West Brom. They play such boring football, and I can't really see them doing a lot. 15th is decent, maybe. I don't know. And then we move over to 14th position. We have Bournemouth. I think they have a pretty decent team, I'm going to be honest. And they have brought in a couple of good players as well. So I think that's where they will be. Very nice team. I do like a couple of their players that they have there. They have Afobe, who was bought from Arsenal. They have Gradle and a couple others that I can't think at the top of my head. But they have a very nice team. And then we move over to newly promoted team Burnley. Now, Burnley was a mix-up between maybe Bournemouth and Swansea. I wasn't too sure where to put Burnley. Very tough. They do have a good team, and they do have Gray up front, which he's a scoring machine, and I don't know how he will perform in the Premier League, but I think he will do pretty well. That's why I put Burnley in the 13th position, but maybe Bournemouth may be above them, or Swansea. I'm not sure, but 13th is decent. And then we move over to Crystal Palace. 12th. I think they'll finish 12th. I think they have a decent team. They've brought in a couple good players like Townsend from Newcastle and a couple more. Once again, I can't think at the top of my head, but I think Tompkins they brought in, and Mandanda. Very nice players that they have brought in. So a new goalkeeper, new attacking player, and a new centre-back. Very nice. 12th I think is decent. And then we move over to 11th, Southampton. Now, Southampton, I wasn't too sure. They still have a decent team from a couple years back, but they have lost so many players in the last couple years. 11th or 12th, I think that's where they'll finish. I put them at 11th, so hopefully I'm right. And then we move over to 10th, Everton. I think Everton this season will have a half-decent season. Last season, they was just terrible. I don't know what happened. And I think Everton will perform very well this season. 10th, mid-table is pretty decent. They're still going to keep Lukaku and a couple other players that they have. So I think they'll do well. And then we have 9th, Stoke City. I think they have got so many good players. Shaqiri is one. They have a couple other players that, once again, I can't think of the top of my head. But they have a very, very nice team, and they are only improving. So I think 9th will be very, very nice for them. And then we move over to 8th. I think that 8th will be West Ham, and maybe 8th or 7th will be West Ham. It's kind of competing with Leicester City. I don't think Leicester City will get anywhere near the top 4. That's why I put them at 7th. But we're going over West Ham. I think they'll get 8th. They've got a solid team, solid manager. They just moved. They just moved stadium as well, so that might make them play a bit worse. Maybe, I don't know. But I've put them at 8th. And then we have Leicester City as well. I think they'll finish 11th. I think they still have a decent team. They haven't improved much. They've got a new goalkeeper. They got Musa as well. He's a pretty decent player, and I think they'll perform well. I don't think they'll get top 4. I think 7th is pretty decent for Leicester City. Obviously, last season they were just amazing. They've lost Kante, which he was a big star for them last season. Mahrez might be leaving, not sure, but Vardy's staying, which is good to hear for Leicester. And then we move over to the 6th position, I should say. And then we have Liverpool. I think they have good players, and Jurgen Klopp is a good manager, but I don't think they're a team yet. I don't think they're a team yet. And I think 6th or 5th, I think they'll finish. I think they're a good team, as I said. They've brought in a couple good players like Mane and stuff like that, and they're a very nice team, but I don't think they'll finish in the top 4. 6th position for Liverpool. And then we move over to the 5th position, Tottenham Hotspur. Yes, I don't think they'll make the top 4. I know they did have a very, very good season last year, but they finished 3rd. And whatever happened at the last season, I'm not sure. But yeah, 5th, that's what I'm going to go by. I do support Arsenal. I'm not being biased. I think they'll finish 5th. And then we move over to the top 4. I'm going to cover the 4th till the 2nd. So the 4th player, the 4th team, I should say, is Chelsea. I think Chelsea will finish 4th. They haven't really improved that much, if I'm being honest. They have brought one or two in, and they still have most of the players they had last season, which I think their mentality would still be the same as last year. I don't think they'll play well. I think top 4, the 4th position will be very, very nice for Chelsea. And then we have the 3rd position, Manchester City. Now, once again, they haven't really improved a lot. They brought in like Nolito and someone else. I can't really remember. Nolito. I don't know who the other person is. I can't remember. And I think they'll get 3rd. That's pretty decent. And then 2nd position, we have my team, Arsenal FC. I think they'll finish 2nd. Now, I'm not too sure about this. Maybe I am being biased, but I think we'll get top 4, 2nd, 3rd, maybe. I don't think we'll get 4th. I think 2nd or 3rd for Arsenal. It's a mix between Arsenal and Man City for the 2nd and 3rd position. And then we move over to number 1 spot. If you haven't noticed yet who's missing, we have Manchester United winning the Premier League with Mourinho's first season with United. I think they have got so many good players now. They brought Ibrahimovic, they brought Mkhitaryan, they've brought a couple other players, and I think they'll do very, very well this season. I can see them just performing so well. I can't really see them playing attractive football a lot, but I think they'll get results, they'll grind out results, and I think they'll get the points what they need. So this is my table. Tell me what you think in the comments below. Also, head over to my Twitter. Link is in the description. It's at iJamesHD. Tell me, or in the video, in the comments below of this video, tell me what your table would look like. I would like to see what your predictions are. So guys, if you did like this video, please comment and subscribe. Also, follow me on Twitter. Link will be in the description. And I will see you next time. Woo! Boo! Jump straight into this video. As I said, we're going to be going over the Paul Pogba's card starting from FIFA 12, because that's when he was introduced into FIFA. So without further ado, let's jump straight into it, and we are starting off with FIFA 12. He's a 55 rated CDM bronze card, and when you're looking at that, look at that, it's just